Another big story of the week, the love jihad law. There's a lot of, furor on social media. Is it right? Is it wrong? What's happening? And as usual, the propaganda machine of who is in full swing.
It's another way of distracting from the real issues, from the farmers' distress and all this other issue that are facing, that people are facing right now. So this the love jihad issue, as you were mentioning, is another form of distraction. It only comes in whenever there is some big protest and all going on, and in that time, now they want to pass a law which, in spite of the Supreme Court reiterating time and time again that marriage is a decision between two adults, so therefore no one else can interfere. In spite of that, they're passing laws which are against the Constitution, against freedom of expression, against Article 14 and Article 21, that is your right to live with dignity. So nobody gets to decide what my religion will be. Just imagine for a second a couple getting married of different religion, and every year changing their religion. By the time one case is over, are they going to file another case and then they change the religion again? So I hope some couples are adventurous enough to keep changing the religion every 6 months, so the government finds it tough to keep up with what case to, impose on them. So it's a ill thought of law, just meant to create confusion and divide in the society. So that's how we have to look at it.
Absolutely, because it just beats any sense that you see. I mean,
I'll give you another example of what the right wing is doing. The other day, you're back. There should be. I was just speaking about the new Twitter clone that the right wing is promoting. It was trending as a hashtag a couple of days back, and it is called Tutor.
Yes.
It has almost the same color scheme as Twitter. It's basically a Twitter clone, but it's called Tutor. But just like in the case of Adani, where they went to rename the company into Bravos, and it turned out to be a Latin slang for crook and cheater, and also nobody checked what is the modern meaning of tutor. The old meaning is somebody who blows a horn, but they don't use that word in that context anymore. Tutor is the people who smoke weed. They have a small pipe that they make. That's called a tutor because it's very small. And the other meaning of tutor is someone cute farting very cutely. So I guess we have to consider the right wingers who will be using tutor as someone who is probably, hopefully, are cute enough to fart cutely. But yeah, it's hilarious how they, instead of using the Twitter platform, which is used world over, which has been used to create revolutions in Egypt and other places, just because they are being fact checked now and they feel that their lies are being corrected, they want to move to a different platform and live within the small bubble that they're so used to on Facebook. So it's quite unfortunate, but hilarious nonetheless. So yeah, we were speaking about the love jihad issue, which is another dangerous.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, when I speak about the Constitution and the articles and the liberties that we are assured by the very law of the land, Article 21 states about the right to have personal liberties, and personal liberties include the right to be able to marry whoever you want, along with many other rights. The right to a clean and green environment, the right to have the freedom of religion. Everything is included in that. So the very fact that they're coming up with a love jihad law, the ordinance has already been passed in UP. It just speaks about the venomous propaganda of this disposition, how fascist they are in their very working, that they are working systematically against every sacred tenet in our.
True, absolutely, and the most absurd part about this whole thing is that we have a man who is not married, the CM of the state, uh, extremely regressive in his opinions. He is someone who obviously treats women like property. We have such a man in passing a law, and we have in the center we have a leader, the prime minister, who has left his wife, abandoned his wife, and is still not, I mean, at least for in the US, when such thing, Donald Trump married 3 times and still has affairs with others, but at least for the camera he shows that he's with his wife all the time. But here Modi doesn't even bother to do that. So we have such two men, the state leader, the central leader, who have no respect for traditional family values, trying to push this.
Yeah.
And what is it? It is not a law against a particular community. It's not a law against Muslim or any other minority community who wants to
Hmm.
marry a Hindu girl. It's a law
Hmm.
that treats women like cattle. It treats women like slaves and like property, just as the IPC section that deals with adultery. Who gets punished in that adultery? Not the wife. It's the person that she's having an affair with. He gets punished.
Hmm.
So what does it mean
Hmm.
that someone came and took over your property, or is having
Hmm.
fun with your property, or loves your property, and
Hmm.
therefore you get to file a
Hmm.
case against that man? This is the same thing, except in the case of adultery, it's the husband filing a case against the wife's partner. But in this law, jihad law, it is the parents filing a case against who the girl loves. So it's basically the same thing, uh, and the same mentality, wherein these few regressive men, treat women like cattle. They treat Hindu girls like cattle,
Absolutely.
like brainless cattle who don't have the competency to decide for themselves who they want to spend the rest of their life with. Obviously,
Hmm.
people make mistakes in marriages. They might marry the wrong person, but it's their decision to make and their mistake to make, and something that they should learn from. And the state can protect women's rights in case the marriage is abusive or something is wrong in that marriage. But
Hmm.
does the state have the authority to decide which religion you want to choose before or after marriage? Absolutely not.
Absolutely. And before we move on to the next topic, Avinash, I would also like to quickly
What is
add,
your view as a
it's
woman? What
not
is your
love.
view as a, yeah, as a woman? How do you see it? I mean, I'm
It,
speaking as a man. Say.
I mean, I find it preposterous because it's very funny when Hindu men, end up marrying a woman of another religion. It's not love jihad, but when a woman as I was saying, that when a Hindu woman gets married to a guy from another religion, then suddenly it is love jihad. You know, so as you were mentioning, like, women are treated as cattle. I mean, excuse me. Women are individuals. We are human beings first. So, we also have the same liberty as a man to make choices about whom we want to marry and we want to
Yeah.
spend our lives with, no matter what their religion is. So, I find it also extremely hypocritical that there are senior members of the BJP, like Subramaniam Swamy, or for that matter, even Advani, his own daughter is married to a Muslim. Subramaniam Swamy's daughter is also married to a Muslim. Then it's not love jihad, but
Yeah.
you know. Uh, so the hypocrisy is very rife in such situations, and especially with this entire lot of fascist people from the BJP, is that they and this is something that I've realized over time, is that they keep manufacturing issues.
They do keep manufacturing, and this is one of the traits of such right-wing governments. It's because, like in US, although they are free to marry whichever religion they want, the right-wing parties in the US want to control want to control women's bodies, and because of that, they want to ban abortion. I was just saying that in US they want to ban abortion. So they want to, the right wing parties there, like the Republican Party, wants to control the right of a woman to choose whether she wants to have a baby or not.
Hmm.
Obviously, we don't implement it here. We don't have those views here. It's because our population is already so high that putting a ban on
Hmm.
abortion. Although there are a few places where it's banned and there's illegal abortion happening, but the thing is that we don't talk about abortion as a political issue is because of our population increase. Nonetheless, this is another way
Hmm.
of controlling women's bodies and what women can do.